This Dell laptop just came to the shop because our customer said that not only are none of the keys on his keyboard working, including the light on caps lock and even the start button, but also the same behavior happens even on an external keyboard. There's absolutely no response here. And even with a wired keyboard, we get the exact same result. The only one that seems to work is the on-screen touch keyboard. So what in the world is going on here? Well, the fact that all three keyboards don't work is a pretty sure sign we're not dealing with a driver issue, which was my first guess when our customer called in. And for those who don't know, drivers are a piece of software that tell Windows how to interact with all of your internal and external devices. In the case of a keyboard, well, it basically tells Windows what each key actually means, which you could probably guess is super important, but as drivers are usually device dependent, there likely would be a different one used for each three of these keyboards, which makes it highly unlikely to be causing this issue. So then what gives? Well, I wasn't too sure until I went down to the caret at the bottom of the screen and noticed this little timer icon right here, which if we just hover over it, says filter keys. And that right there is our problem. See, filter keys is an accessibility setting built into Windows, which like the name implies, filters out keystrokes, typically repeated or very brief strokes to prevent accidental typing by adjusting the sensitivity level of your keyboard. And although this setting does help out certain individuals, my experience with it is it usually causes more problems. Fortunately, we can turn it off two easy ways. The first way is basically just to double click on the timer icon, which opens up the accessibility settings, where here we could just basically click the toggle to turn it off. Or the alternative, and how I think our customer may have turned it on, is if you hold down the right shift key for 8 seconds, it'll also turn it off, where now we'll see our entire keyboard now works, because the system's no longer trying to filter out our keystrokes. And if you're curious how this all started, well, I mentioned that the right shift key, if you hold that down for 8 seconds, well, it turns on filter keys or turns it off as long as you have this shortcut enabled in settings, which because our customer doesn't need this, I'm gonna turn off, so this doesn't end up happening again. And the external keyboard, by the way, works just fine. So it looks like Windows was filtering these keys just a little too much, so let's get this laptop back over to our customer.